Adriana Smith was about 9 weeks pregnant when she started having bad headaches in February.
All right, you guys. So, a really sad story coming out of Georgia today. A story that actually raises some profound questions about medical ethics and also legal boundaries. Adriana Smith, who was a 30-year-old nurse and mother, she was declared brain dead after suffering severe blood clots during her pregnancy early on back in February. They said that she went to the hospital. She was having just a really severe headache. And according to her mom, I guess they just gave her some medication, but they did not run any additional tests, no CAT scan, nothing further to see if there was something else going on. And so she ultimately ended up becoming brain dead. And despite all of this, the hospital has kept her on life support for over 3 months. And this is all because of Georgia's strict AB laws. Her mother has basically said this whole experience has been torture, highlighting the emotional and financial toll on her family. And this story has also ignited debate over Georgia's AB laws and their implications on women's rights and family autonomy.
Year-old Adriana Smith was about 9 weeks pregnant when she started having bad headaches in February.
Enough to know that something was wrong.
April Newkirk says her daughter went to Northside Hospital for help.
They gave her some medication, but they didn't do any tests. They didn't do any CT scans. If they did, they would have caught it.
The next morning, Adriana's boyfriend noticed something was terribly wrong.
She was gasping for air in her sleep, gargling. More than likely it was blood. She was taken to Emory, Decatur, and then she was transferred here.
To Emory University Hospital, where Adriana worked as an RN. Unfortunately, there was nothing doctors could do.
They did a CT scan and she had blood clots all in her head. So they had asked me if they could do a procedure to relieve them, and I said yes. And then they called me back and they said that they couldn't do it.
Doctors declared Adriana brain dead.
So I feel as if somebody dropped the ball at the hospitals, and her boyfriend asked, please keep her. If she was kept at the hospital, we wouldn't be here.
Because of Georgia's heartbeat bill, which bans abortions after a fetal heartbeat is detected, her family says they weren't given any say in what happens next.
It's torture for me. I come here and I see my daughter breathing by the ventilator, but she's not there. And I'm touching her. And she has a son who I bring to see her.
Now, 21 weeks pregnant, her baby's health uncertain.
She's pregnant with my grandson, but my grandson may be blind, may not be able to walk, wheelchair bound. We don't know if he'll live once she has him.
A situation she says no one should be forced into.
It should have been left up to the family because I'm in my 50s, her dad is in his 50s, so we're going to have the responsibility with her partner to raise her sons, you know? And I'm not saying that we would have chose to terminate her pregnancy. What I'm saying is we should have had a choice. We should have had a choice.
It's likely doctors will not induce Adriana for at least another month. And it's not just the baby's health the family is worried about, also a medical bill. They say that continues to grow every day.
I can't even imagine what her mother and her family is going through. But this, like I said, it has raised a lot of questions. And one would be racial disparities in healthcare. Adriana, being an African American woman, it brings attention to just some of the systemic biases that sometimes affect the treatment and the outcomes for Black women in medical settings. Let me know your thoughts about this. I know this is something that is talked about a lot, but seems like it just continues to happen. So drop down in the comments. Let me know what your thoughts are about that. Because honestly, if they would have just did the CAT scan, this outcome could have possibly been different. Now, there's one lady who believes that this is all just an experiment. So let's take a listen to what she had to say.
It's an experiment. The brain dead pregnant Black woman in Georgia is an experiment. They are experimenting on her a la Henrietta Lacks. Okay. They are wanting to see if they can incubate babies via women who are unconscious or brain dead. If they can use us as human incubators. And they're using a Black woman to do it first. Hope this helps.
All right, so let me know your thoughts on that. Experiment or just politics? Now, someone weighed in on this and they said the state is keeping her alive based on politics. The state should be paying for all of her medical care and whatever that unborn baby will need for the rest of his life. Prayers for the family. Now, another person commented, they said she was only about 15 weeks pregnant when she effectively died, and her body is being treated as an incubator for months without her say or her family's say. They said this is inhumane and horrifying. It's definitely not a pleasant story, but it also makes you want to sit back and take a look at the fact how medicine, personal rights, the law, how the three of them are intersecting each other. And I feel like with the law or different laws being made, uh, I feel like they're making things more complicated than they should be. But as we continue to grapple with these type of issues, I think it's important to listen to the voices of the people that are directly affected. And for Adriana's family and other people that are in similar situations, they definitely deserve our empathy. They deserve support. And I don't know, you guys, it's just a really, really sad story. But drop down in the comments. Let me know your thoughts about all of this. Let's talk about some of the racial disparities in healthcare. And what about this physician who allowed her to go home without doing any additional testing? And do you all think this is part of a human experiment? I always love to hear what you guys are thinking. Drop down in the comments. Let me know your thoughts. And as always, thanks for watching.